you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Hello, Roundtablers. I am Adrienne Garzillo, and I am your correspondent today for Broadway Con 2025. We're going to take a look around at the vendors. We're going to see some panels. They're going to welcome us to Broadway Con. We're going to talk to some vendors. We're going to talk to some cosplayers, and we're going to see what's going on. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I am here with, if you could please introduce yourself to our listeners.
Hi, my name is Robert Silk Mason, and I played Magical Mr. Mustapha in Catch the Jellicle Ball.
How exciting is it to be here today in Broadway Con and talk about your amazing performance?
I am very ecstatic to be here. Like, it's a dream come true because, first of all, this is my first Broadway Con. I got nominated for an Adelco Award alongside Andre DeShields and Sydney Harcourt and a couple of my other colleagues. And then we also just won an Obie Award. So, and also I graduated Juilliard 3 years ago, and I'm really going full force into my career now.
Isn't it amazing?
It's so amazing. And then
Take it all
being
in.
here at BroadwayCon to be able to talk about it, it's a dream come true, for real.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you so
and
much.
I hope there will be longevity for
Yes.
this because it's definitely needed in today's world.
Yes, for real. I really hope so because we also need more people who are in the minority to be able to be on stage, on TV, on podcasts, on wherever we are to represent our community. And for the things to be stripped away like they are is absurd.
It's like, what reality are we living in? Because this should not be happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just, I'll say, just to put this out to the world, I really wish so much peace onto everyone that is listening right now. Please calm your heart, your soul, and your mind. Pay attention to the people that are in your circle and that are in your village to help you get through in this time, because that is really what's going to matter the most.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for that. I love that. And we need to bring our community together.
Yes,
Yes,
for
so
real.
important. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Broadway Con.
Thank you.
Winning, Tony Award-winning, Emmy Award-winning superstar, the one, the only, Lin-Manuel Miranda. What up, BroadwayCon? He said, what up, BroadwayCon? So Lynn, I figured we'd just kick our conversation off with, obviously we all love theater, we all love Broadway, we all love musical theater in this room. When did you first fall in love with the theater, with Broadway?
Sorry? Oh, thank you. You guys know the answers already, didn't I? So listen, I think for me it was, it started with cast albums. My parents had an amazing vinyl collection of cast albums, and I remember seeing my mom would bump Camelot at top volume in the Subaru, Man of La Mancha, so they found Guinevere. And then the first show I saw was Les Miserables. I was 7 years old. 7 is a debatable age to see Les Miserables. I remember crying when Fantine died. I remember laughing with Thénardiers. I remember taking a little nap. I was 7. I remember seeing Gavroche and low-key being furious because I was like, kids are allowed to be on Broadway? And just why can I not be up there already? And then I remember waking up in time for Javert's final moments when he goes, there is no way to go on, and then the music met him there, ba 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 ba. And I remember being so amazed by that. Like, oh wow, the music met him at the key change of his death. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. So that was a very formative one.
Did you always want to write musical theater, or did you want to be an actor first?
No, I wanted to be Gavroche. And then I wanted to be, and then I think like most people, Broadway is expensive, and I only saw a couple of shows before I started doing school theater. And when I started doing school theater, that's when the floodgates opened for me of like how much was possible. So here's my school theater career. In 6th grade, I have a near lethal dosage of 6 musicals that we did 20-minute versions of. So I'm the son and fiddler, I was a cowboy in Oklahoma, I was an Adderall backup in The Wiz, I was Captain Hook, Bernardo, and Conrad Birdie.
What a season!
What a season, and it's 4 hours long, and our parents had to watch it, and we're gonna do it tonight! I'm just kidding. And then in high school, I was in Pirate King and Pirates of Penzance. I was Judas and Godspell. I assistant directed Chorus Line, and then directed West Side Story. And then what happened my junior year was really significant, which was that Red came out and I saw it on my 17th birthday. And that was the thing that made me go from just loving musicals to writing musicals, because all the musicals I've listed take place in some other time and in some other land, and I didn't see any access point for me to be able to write one. And then here comes Jonathan Larson, who writes a musical about right now, about our city, about gentrification, about living with HIV/AIDS, and being scared of dying, and being scared of selling out as an art. It was like all the things I was thinking about, and that was the show that gave me permission to start writing.
So you head to Wesleyan,
Yeah.
and you start writing, and you start working on a little show that ultimately becomes In the Heights.
Yes.
And talk a little bit about that experience, Lynn.
Sure. I think a couple of things happened. So I wrote these 2 musicals in high school, and because I love Rent, they sound like a kid trying to write his version of Rent. Like they're okay for a 17, 18-year-old, but they're like rockish musicals. And then I get to Wesleyan, I'm one of a small percentage of Latinos in the school, and my sophomore year I lived in a house called La Casa del Bisu Campos. And that was a program house for Latino community leaders. You had to write an essay to get into the house. And I'm suddenly there with a lot of kids like me who not only are maybe first in their family to go to college or first or second generation in this country, but have also navigated the same kind of code switching I have. Like we grew up with both American culture and the very specific Puerto Rican, Dominican, Mexican, Latinidad that we grew up in our homes. And that, I think, having friends that were fluent in everything like I was, culturally, gave me permission to just start writing In the Heights. And I wanted to write a full-length musical. It's an 80-minute one-act. And the only thing the college version shares with the version you might have seen on Broadway or in the movie is 5 notes. In Washington Heights, everything else seems changed. And we really, there was the 80-minute one act. There was me working alone with Tommy Kail, right out of college for about a year. In the basement of the drama bookshop, and then we started getting the people we needed to make it the best version of itself. So Alex Lackamore comes aboard, Chiara comes aboard to write the libretto, and that's when it really, the version really starts, because Chiara really cared about really making the community a character. And then we were really, and it's a very short distance from Chiara joining us in 2004 to us opening off Broadway in 2007. And so, we opened at a theater that no longer even exists, 37 Arts, off Broadway. We moved to Broadway in 2008. And I know that we froze the show off Broadway almost exactly 18 years ago because Chiara gave birth to her daughter the day we froze the show. We froze the show, she was really pregnant, we went to Burgers and Cupcakes for dinner, and her water broke on the way back. And I know Cecilia had her 18th birthday last week, so I will always know that day.
And Broadway makes Lin-Manuel Miranda, a Tony Award-winning superstar, and the rest is history, as they say. Speaking of In the Heights, I think we have a little moment from In the Heights you would like to share with our audience today.
Yeah, so I pulled a total bait and switch on Broadwaycon, you guys. I told them I'd be talking for an hour, but I decided to call my friends to sing you songs instead. I would have needed 20 people to sing songs that span all the songs I've written over the course of my career, but when you call Anissa Folds and Josh Henry, that is like having 20 people. I also called my old friend Shockwave from Freestyle of Supreme. So please welcome Kurt Crowley, the genius Kurt Crowley on keys, Anissa Folds, Josh Henry, Shockwave. And the first song I'm going to sing for you tonight is When the Sun Goes Down from In the Heights.
When the sun goes down, you're gonna need a flashlight, you're gonna need a candle. I think I can handle that. When you leave town, I'm gonna buy you a calling card, 'cause I am falling hard for you. I go back on Labor Day. I'll try to make my way out west to California. So we've got the summer, and we've got each other, perhaps even longer. When you're on your own, suddenly without me, will you forget about me? I couldn't if I tried. I'm all alone, and I close my eyes. That's when I'll see your face again. And when you're gone, you know that I'll be waiting when you're gone. But you're here with me right now. If we should drift apart, let me take this moment just to say that you're gonna change the world someday. And I'll think of you every night at the same time. When the sun goes down, when the sun goes down, when the sun goes down.
Sunrise section from the movie, I hope you noticed, which, again, was John Chu's idea, and such a genius idea that I now can't picture the song without that sunrise section. We couldn't dance up the side of a building for you in this space, unfortunately, but that's, he's so brilliant, and we've all got to appreciate his brilliance this season with the Wicked movie. The other thing that I could just, again, I'm sitting here like my life is flashing before my eyes. One, Josh understudied Chris Jackson, the original company. I remember when Robin DeJesus said, "Yo, I just did this production of Godspell in Connecticut, and there's a kid named Josh Henry, and he's the truth, and you have to get him in the audition room immediately." And the rest is history.
So you kind of disappeared. That's summer day, and then you came back.
We were staying at his house.
Yes, and you were like, I'm gonna play for you a song about Thomas Jefferson. And that night you said that this was for like a concept album you were doing. And I asked you, are you gonna be in it? And you're like, no, Frank, I'm not gonna be in it. So when did it go from concept album to an actual production? And yes, I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna play Hamilton.
I think very gradually. I wrote "What Did I Miss" at my agent's house, and Frank was there. So that was a moment. Mostly pool time, but then I would go away and write. And I think for me it was helpful to think about it as an album because of the way I listen to hip hop. I listen to the hip hop I love. I get more and more each time I listen to it, but the thing that's drilled into your head when you're writing for musical theater is clarity, and everyone's got to get everything the first time. And that's true, but at the same time, I wanted the lyrics to be dense enough that the fifth time you hear it, the sixth time you hear it, the 10th time Howard hears it and is preparing a presentation on it at BroadwayCon, he hears new stuff about it. And so I just, it helped me to think about it as an album because I knew I could just really pack it in. And then I became Hamilton really out of expediency. It was sort of easier for me to do it than to teach it to anybody else. And I was very grateful for Javier Munoz, who had played, he did Usnavi after me. We worked on that role together, and he'd step out and I could he'd do the show and I would watch it with him in it. And we basically did that again for Hamilton. I would step out, watch him do it, come in, and that's how we figured the role out.
Obviously, Hamilton turned into a phenomenon. We talked a lot about this, your love of Sondheim, your love of Andrew Lloyd Webber, and both of those folks are very much in this piece. Can you just talk about your influence?
Yeah, well, I think Hamilton has some. It's one of those things where the grandparents' resemblance is very clear. And I think it has four grandparents. Within the Heights, I always look to the shows that I love for inspiration, particularly structurally. And In the Heights is about a community, so you have to look at the greatest community musical ever written, which is Fiddler on the Roof. And Cabaret by Ken Burnett, also about a community changing, with this change from the outside, and how do people react to that external force. With Hamilton, Hamilton's the engine. He is the engine, and everyone is either with him or against him, or with him and then against him. But he is this propulsive thing, and so you look to the shows where it's one character who just barrels through. And so the parents for me for the show are Sweeney Todd, Jesus Christ Superstar, and those are the ones that were Gypsy, because you're with Mama Rose or you're against her. And we really looked at characters with really strong shows with really strong central characters. And particularly Jesus Christ Superstar, you've got Judas as the narrator. You could see that kind of become Aaron Burr becoming Hamilton's narrator. And of course, the introduction to Hamilton owes so much to the prologue of Sweeney Todd. Everyone comes and says, we're going to tell you the story. But you don't know who they are yet, and they don't specify until the end of the opening number, and we really learned from that in terms of the opening number of Alexander Hamilton, which originally was just going to be Burr. That's how I sang it at the White House in 2008, and then we realized it could hold all our characters, and so we split it up and kind of democratized it.
I love it. Well, I think we have a moment from Hamilton.
Our all-time great Burrs, who opens not one but two companies. He opened the Chicago company and the first national tour in LA. Josh Henry's going to sing "Wait For It" now.
But since we don't have all the echoes, can you be the echoes?
Yes.
All right. Let's get it. Theodore writes me a letter every day. I'm keeping the bed warm while her husband is away. He's on the ridge side in Georgia, trying to keep the colonies alive. Well, he can keep all of Georgia. Theodore, she's mine. Love doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep loving anyway. We laugh and we cry and we break and we make our mistakes. mistakes, and if there's a reason, I'm by his side, and so many have tried, but I'm willing to, yeah. My grandfather was a fire and brimstone preacher. But there are things that the holidays and hymns won't teach you. My mother was a genius. Father commanded respect. When they died, they left no instructions. Just a legacy to protect. Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes. And we keep living anyway. We rise and we fall and we break and we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason, I'm still alive. And everyone who loves me has died. And I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Wait for it. Hamilton doesn't hesitate. He exhibits no restraint. It takes and it takes and it takes, and he keeps winning anyway. Changes the game, plays and he raises the stakes, and if there's a reason, he seems to thrive, and so if you survive, then goddamn it, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to, yeah. Like doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes, it takes, it takes. We rise and we fall, and if there's a reason, I'm still alive. So many days, I'm willing to wait for it. Wait.
And so, Moana. Moana brings you into the Disney world, if you will. And I'm just curious, were you you think about, we're around the same age, and you think about the Disney movies of our childhood, the Alan Menken, Howard Ashman collaborations like Mermaid and Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast. How much did those inspire you as a writer, as a creator, as a songwriter?
Yes.
Tell me more.
So, I think anyone who's in this room knows that Little Mermaid is the reason I'm here talking to you. Because I saw a Caribbean calypso number when I was 9 years old underwater, and my brain exploded, and the pieces still haven't come back together. It was the most formative, most transported I had ever felt in a movie, and I wore out my Beauty and the Beast, and I wore out my Aladdin, those were and also Little Shop of Horrors, Ashton Menken were my guys. And so when I interviewed for the job, it was before Hamilton had come out, and it was the directors of the original Little Mermaid, it was Ron and John, and I went in there and said, I'm here because of you. I'm writing music because you made that movie, and I'm very lucky to get the job. I found out I got the job the same day I found out we were having our first child, baby's been in lessons, and then I was basically writing it while I was in Hamilton, because I got hired in 2014, in spring of 2014, and then, so all my demos are all Hamilton alums. So Pippa Sue sang the first How Far I'll Go, Chris Jackson sang all of the Maui stuff, and then he also got to play Moana's dad on the album. But the demos are just terrible, because I'm singing into my headphones in my dressing room. But I happen to have world-class singers around me. So Hamilton and Moana are very much born at the same time. They're siblings.
You're a creative. How do you tackle everything all at once? Like, how does your brain work? Let's get into your brain for a second.
Well, I think that for me, the weird thing about Hamilton, and Josh can attest to this too, is it requires all of your focus. It's actually a yoga. Like, it can't be anywhere but inside of Hamilton once you're in Hamilton. If you space out for a second, someone's gonna hit you in the head with a chair. You're gonna fall off one or two turntables. So that was, while the Hamilton mania was starting and it was getting harder to get in the building, and like just because people wanted to be around it for the best of reasons, like my refuge became writing Moana and doing the show. And so, you know, I wasn't going to parties, I wasn't going to like hang out with all the crazy famous people who were coming to see the show. I had songs due. So I'm grateful it came when it did, because it kind of kept all the noise outside. I was like, all right, great that that's happening literally outside the building, but I have to figure out what this crab sounds like. So I was every time I get a show up, I mourn writing it. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm done writing it. I have a little kind of like post-blues. I remember feeling that very acutely because I'd spent 8 years writing Heights, and then I suddenly wasn't writing in the Heights anymore. And with Hamilton, there was no time for that. I had Moana songs too.
Well, speaking of Moana songs, that's a great segue for Anissa, right?
Yes, let's do it. Go!
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water, no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'll be satisfied if I play along, but the voice inside sings a different song. What is wrong with me? See the light as it shines on the sea, it's blinding, but no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me and let me know what's beyond that line. When I cross that line, the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go.
And speaking of going on a journey like the song is, Vivo went on its own journey of getting to where you ultimately got it, and you also, it was a bit about Heights reunion too.
100%. You know, Vivo was my first attempt into animation, actually. I met with the folks at DreamWorks, and this is back right after Heights. I told them it's my dream to write an animated musical, and we went down the road with this story called Vivo that was written by a writer named Peter Garzillo. And it had a totally different plot line, but I'd written a bunch of songs for it, and it just never got made. Like many projects, like we wrote a bunch of songs, we got it as far as we could go, and they said we're not making it, and we said okay. So then once Hamilton happened, everyone was like, we love Hamilton, what else do you have? And I was like, I got a trunk full of songs about these Cuban musicians that no one is doing anything with. And we got Kiara aboard, so I got to write with Kiara, and Kiara wrote the screenplay, and Alex Lacamoire did the music direction and wrote the score. So it's a full-on Heights reunion, and I'm really proud of it. And one of the things I love was that Kiara added this character that was not in the original version, named Gabby. It was based on her sister, who was named Gabby. And Gabby is just like, she's just a kid we all would be if no one ever told us we were cringe or we tried too hard. She's just like unapologetically herself and is proud of it. And I love her so much. It's so fun to write for her. And so I wrote the song for her called My Own Drum, and we're gonna do it today. So here's Lisa Knowles singing My Own Drum from Vivo.
Mufasa, which is the prequel to The Lion King, and you're with that property. You're picking up where Sir Elton John and Sir Tim Rice have left their mark, and you're taking on these classic characters, and you're also taking on their voices. What was that experience like for you?
It was incredible. I mean, I said yes to the job because Barry Jenkins was directing. I think he's one of the brilliant directors of our time. And I just wanted to be in that room, and I wanted to, he'd never worked on a musical before, and the script was so good. And so it's funny, like, I didn't feel like I didn't know those characters. I feel like we all know those characters so well. I'm a Lion King completist. I had seen the direct-to-video sequels, Justice for Lion King 1.5. Have you heard Chris Jackson in The Lion Guard? So good. So those songs are great. So to me, The Lion King didn't feel like one movie that was intimidating to follow up. It felt like this shared universe, especially, the Broadway musical On This Block that is just so brilliant and really expanded the language. So, I did two things. I said I need to work with Lebo because I knew that he is the voice, the connective tissue of all of the different Lion King stories and the music, and what he brings to the music is the only he can bring. And then the other thing was getting a chance to write the kinds of Disney songs that the Disney movies I'd worked on just didn't have. So to get to write a really great villain song for Mads Mikkelsen, I mean, like, if you ever pictured a lion smoking a cigarette, that's what I pictured. While I was writing this tune, just like, bye-bye. And that was delicious to write. And then the other thing I hadn't had a chance to write was like the old school, early 90s, like Disney ballad, like that People Bryson shit, like that Beauty and the Beast, A Whole New World, Kiss the Girl, which I rewound 1,000 times as a kid. I really wanted to write one of those, and the script created an amazing opportunity for it, because there was a line of dialogue where Sarabi is cornering Mufasa and forcing him to confront his feelings. She says, "I know it's you." And I was like, "Thank you, that's the title, I'll take it from here." And here to sing it is Josh Henry and Elisa Falls.
Ever since you appeared, I've been running from something deep inside. It's worse than I fear, 'cause I look in your eyes and I can't hide when I push you away. Don't push me away. And the feelings come back just twice as strong. I don't know what to say. You know just what to say. But I know that I'm right where I belong. I know just what to be. I don't know the way you see you see me, the way you feel when you're with me, beside me. Don't hide from me anymore. Tell me it's you, I know it's you. What do I say? Where do I go? How do I know you'll feel the same? Tell me it's you, I know it's you. Quiet and low, letting it go, letting you know it's in me. Everywhere that I roam, I remind myself not to overstay. Every time I find home, something happens to take that home away. But you see what I'm seeing, I see you as a needle, the strength that shines right through. Move like a queen, the true queen. Don't let anyone take me away from you. Tell me it's you, I know it's you. Sing it again, tell me I'll always be with you. Tell me it's you, I know it's you. Sing it again, tell me you're always with me. You know just where to be. Now I know the way you see. I see you. Love you over me. Beside me, beside me. Sing it again, take the world to the fear. Say it again, tell me the words I want to hear. Say it again, open your eyes and here we go. I know it's you. I know it's you.
There's a weird thing with the Mufasa songs, which is most times when you change keys in a song, you go up because you want like the music to lift and go exciting. This is the only one I can think of where the two times we changed keys, we changed down. So I always wanted a brother, they go from being like little kids to I always wanted a brother. We shift down, and I think that feels like them becoming more themselves. And we did it again. Like, I loved it so much on I Always Wanted a Brother that we did it again for Tell Me It's You, because they're going from like not fully embracing who they are and how they feel into who they are and how they feel. So it's this, the rare down, key change down. Sorry, that was my music nerd brain moment.
This was an idea that popped up way back when, and you said, "Oh, I'll never write that." Correct?
Yes, that's right. I had just written In the Heights, and a college classmate of mine, Phil Westgren, he was working as an assistant to producer Larry Gordon, and he said, "I work for Larry Gordon, Warriors the Musical," just sent me a cold email. And I went, "I've seen The Warriors more than any other movie, it'll never work." And I wrote in this email why I thought it wouldn't work, but like just the fact that he suggested it kind of was like incepted me, and it just stayed in my brain, and so I would find when I wasn't working on anything, I would be thinking about, well, maybe if we did this, well, maybe if we did that. To the point where when I finally was not in Hamilton anymore, and looked up and thought, what do I want to do next? You know how in Inside Out, she's got like the different islands in her brain, there's like Friendship Island and Family Island. I like had a whole Warriors Island that had been just kind of quietly percolating. And I thought I knew, I figured out how to do it. So it was a couple of years getting the rights from Paramount. And then I said, I can't do this alone. I need someone much smarter and cooler than me. And so I called my old friend Lisa Davis, who was in, she was in Casting Strange the same year we were in The Heights. And our casts were really close when we were kind of navigating the off-Broadway to Broadway thing together. So we've been friends since then, and she's really close friends with Kiara. And she had never seen the movie. And so that was great too, because she had a sort of a critical distance on the structure of it that I didn't have. It imprinted on my brain when I was 4 years old, and it was so amazing to have her working on it with me. And we've been writing it for the past 3 years, and we came out with the album last October. These guys are on the album. Kurt was our vocal director for the entire album, and all of the arrangements. I just kept calling Kurt and being like, "Okay, you're going to be in a room with Shensia tomorrow. Okay, you're going to be in a room with Mark Anthony tomorrow." Like, it was just increasingly ludicrous assignments.
I mean, the artists on the album, we've talked about this. Unbelievable. Lauren Hill, Billy Porter, the folks on this stage. I mean, how'd you get all these folks on your album, Lynn? How'd you get them on?
Several.
Yes, he's Lynn, that's right. Yeah, I guess I'm answering your question.
But also, there was love for the movie. Nas, this is like Nas's favorite movie, and so when he came aboard as the executive producer, he really helped us out in terms of explaining what this was to artists who, were used to making their own albums and writing their own lyrics. Like,
because Lauren Hill, she doesn't record anyone else's stuff, right? That's like
it's very rare.
Yeah,
a couple of covers. I mean, she covered "Killing Me Softly," and it's the version we listen to now. So when she does it, it's really amazing. And we were so grateful. I managed to meet her manager, we sent her the demo. We sent her actually a demo with Anissa singing the song. So it's Anissa singing, if you can count, and that's the version Ms. Hill heard. And then we just got a Dropbox one day, and it had all these vocals, and she had brought in her own folks and brought in background vocalists and added to the harmonies of what was already there. And so what you hear is a mix of what we originally sent her and then this incredible tapestry she sent us back. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I think it was a song from Warriors.
So this is the first time a Warriors song has ever been performed in public. And I'm thrilled. You will hear the voice of the twice Oscar-nominated Coleman Domingo over the speakers. And here's Still Breathing starring Miss Anissa Holt.
Unified a city in discrete pieces. Cyrus was the one and only, the streets Jesus. Cyrus said you can't survive alone, you need a demon. Cyrus told these kids, wake up and start dreaming. Some demons shot Cyrus as one for this evening. It forced me to find a reason, the weapon that even. Trying to focus, but we haven't even had our dream. What you doing, tell me, do you believe it? But you still breathing? Cyrus is still breathing. Cyrus, I'm sorry, you keep the peace, but we still breathing. I should you dream of peace, but it's killing season. Won't stop until the treason is still left to cease bleeding. All only need is leading us to the warrior. Who are the warriors? Clear, wake the fuck up and tell me what your story is. Watch what you say. May I say you forgive me, but it's the inside we decided you get to live. See? I ain't here.
series of folds.
Hey Roundtablers, welcome to day 2 of BroadwayCon. I'm here with Mike. We're going to have an awesome day. We have so much content to tell you about. It's amazing, and we might, just might, get to talk to Lin-Manuel Miranda. I don't know, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. Let's see. And look how exciting. Broadway Podcast Network. There we go. Have a great day, Roundtablers. Stay tuned. We'll see you later.
Now I would like to welcome to the stage the indescribable Kayla Wilcoxon performing Little Redwood.
Imagine the size of a tomato seed. The seed of a redwood is the same size. Something this small has grown into something this big and this old. In the ancient past, 2,000 years or more, a little redwood seed falls to the forest floor, while native tribes flourish nearby, and thousands of eagles rule the sky. A year passes by, and that little seed now stands 18 inches high.
Is the incredible Tatiana Cordova.
Should have told them then and there. Now I've made myself a mess. And really, what the hell is wrong with me? Why do I always second guess? They gave up so much.
be flying kind of like Tatiana. Come here, Tatiana.
You're better than the best. I'm lucky just to linger in your life.
You're cooler than the fifth side of my pillow. That's right.
Completely unaware.
Nothing can compare to where you send me.
Lets me know that it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. The moment when my good times start to fade. You make me smile like the sun. You fall out of bed, sing like a bird, dizzy in my head, spin like a record, crazy on a Sunday night. You make me dance like a fool, forget how to breathe, shine like gold, burn like a bee. Just the thought of you drive me wild. Oh, you make me smile.
And even when you're gone, somehow you come along just like a bar, looking through the salon crack. And just like that, you steal away the rain. Just like that,
You make me smile like the sun, fall out of bed, sing like a bird, dizzy in my head, spin like a record, crazy on a Sunday night. You make me dance like a fool, forget how to breathe, shine like gold, burn like a bee. Just the thought of you drives me wild, baby. Don't know how to live without you. 'Cause every time that I get around you, I see the best of me inside your eyes. You make me smile. You make me dance like a fool, forget how to breathe, shine like gold, buzz like a bee. Just the thought of you can drive me wild. Oh, you make me smile.
Join us as we celebrate the life of one of the greatest musicians in American history. Please welcome the cast of A Wonderful World performing When You're Smiling.
Lee, what's the thing? It's weird. Quit smiling. You know you like it, and they're gonna love it. Cause the way you're smiling, oh, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles for you. When you're laughing, when you're laughing, oh, that sun comes shining through. All right, because when you're frowning, you bring out the rain. So stop your frowning and be happy again. When you're smiling, keep on smiling. The whole world smiles with you. Come on now, look. All right, here we go. Yeah, come on, Lou. Let's see. Right here. Shot. Come on, Lou. What else? Right here. Was that the duck one? You know. Wah-ah. Wah-ah. Oh. Yeah, right, man. But I can't do that. Cause the way you're smiling, keep on smiling. Yeah. The whole world smiles. The whole world smiles. The whole world smiles with you. Yeah.
Please welcome the incredible queens of Six, the musical.
divorced,
beheaded, died.
divorced,
Beheaded,
survived. And today, Broadway Con, we are. Listen up, let me tell you a story.
a story that you think you've heard before. You know our names and our fame and our faces.
All about the glories and the disgraces.
I'm done 'cause all this time I'm just one word in a stupid rhyme. Picked up a pen and a microphone.
History's about to get overthrown. Divorced,
Beheaded, died.
divorced,
Beheaded, survived.
but just for you tonight. We're divorced, beheaded, live.
Welcome to the show, to the history mix. Switching up the flow as we add the prefix. Everybody knows that we used to be six wives. Raising up the roof till we hit the ceiling. Get ready for the truth that we'll be revealing. Everybody knows that we used to be six wives. But now we're ex-wives.
Divorced makes Catherine of Aragon was married 24 years. I'm a paragon of royalty. My loyalty is to the Vatican, so if you try to dump me, you won't try that to get
And I'm that Berlin girl, and I'm up next. See, I broke in from the church. Yeah, I'm that sexy. When I lose my head, will my sleeves make it green when my lipstick's red? Shane Seymour, the only one he truly loved. When my son was newly born, I died, but I'm not what I seem, or am I? Stay around and you'll suddenly see more.
divorced.
Yeah.
When he saw my portrait, he was like, yeah! But I didn't look as good as I did in my pic. Funny how we all discussed that, but never Henry's little
Pick up your ears in the Catherine who lost her head. For my promiscuity outside of where. Lock up your husbands, lock up your sons. Kay Howard is here and the fun's begun.
Survive
down in the final wife. I saw him to the end of his life. I'm the survivor, Catherine Parr. I bet you wanna know how I got this far. But tonight we'll let you know how we got this far. Everybody knows that we used to be six wives. But now we're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in history. We're free to take our crown and glory for 5 more minutes. We're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in history. We're free to take our crown and glory for 5 more, 3, 2, 1 more minute.
Please welcome the cast of Saw the Musical.
Well, here we are again. Another bloody mess. Who would have ever guessed that life could be this dangerous? You think by now I know my life's a horror show. Play the game and play the role that's written for you. Never in control. They put me in a box. They said to make your choice, and now I think
Canadian love. With the 11-time Oscar-winning film Titanic, you get Titanique.
I'm scared, so afraid to show I care. Will he think me weak if I tremble when I speak? I live there with my heart up in my hand. But what you must understand, you can't let the chance to love him pass you by. Tell him that the sun and moon rise in his eyes. Reach out to him and whisper tender words so soft and sweet. Hold it close to feel his heartbeat. Love will be the gift you give yourself. Molly, I have to tell you something. I've never been with a man before. Can you teach me? Touch him with the gentleness you feel inside. Your love can't be denied. The truth set you free. You'll have what's meant to be. All in time, you'll see. I love him. Then show him that pleasure can be shown. Hold him close to you. I don't think I could endure if I let him walk away when I have so much to say. Tell him that the sun and moon rise in his eyes. Reach out to him and whisper tender words so soft and sweet. Hold him close to feel his heartbeat. I can't tire myself. Long as life should be locked in my arms, won't you know it's a statement that grows. It's firing up passion, you can show. Tonight love will soon be touched. Every time cannot erase your faith when he love where it has to go. Tell him that the sun and moon rise in his eyes. Reach out to him and whisper words so soft and sweet. Hold him close to feel his heartbeat. Will be the gift you give Please welcome Liam Pierce performing It's My Life.
Sing a song for the broken